Okay, I got to ask you this because we wrote an article at my other job and we put in there, did President Trump blink? So I'm going to ask you, did the president blink when he basically put everybody on hold for 90 days except China?
I'm going to be diplomatic about this. I think what President Trump did, he listened to some of the adults in the room, like Scott Bessent, and I think Scott understood what most of us on Wall Street understood was that the financial plumbing was starting to come undone, and he could cause a fair amount of damage here. So I think what he wanted to do, he saw what happened the other day when that rumor went out.
Mm-hmm.
There was a rumor that about this 90-day pause because some had called for it. And he saw what that would do to the market. And I think he understood that the relief was needed and he pulled the trigger and he gave us that clue this morning. I wish I had heeded that advice.
It was lost on me until Taylor pointed out, Trump told everybody he was going to do this. But let me ask you about the financial plumbing, because today it was as if it's what happens when your 2.5-year-old throws a little doll into the toilet. It got clogged up. And the situation with Bessent, back in October, he talked about the need for tariffs and the need to bring asset prices down. So it's not as if he doesn't understand the consequences of tariffs, but did the Secretary of the Treasury, misunderstand how the world would react because they were selling treasuries? The flight was not to security. The Japanese were selling them. People were getting out of treasuries.
That was really it, I think, because Scott Bessent all along, this whole slide started when Wall Street started to understand that they weren't going to use the stock market as the barometer of success or failure. They were really looking at the bond market. And a lot of us had even thought that, well, they can get the stock market down, get the prospect of recession out there, get the yields down. We got over $6 trillion in treasuries that have to be refinanced this
Bingo.
year. All of that made sense. And suddenly that whole trade started to unwind. That's the financial plumbing that I was referring to. And if the bond market started to roll over, that has much bigger implications than whether or not Apple goes up and down.